there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are talking more people coming out of the bushes now to all of a sudden slam Will Smith, you guys, and I told you this was going to happen. Thank you, Stephen A. Smith, with your dog whistling, the same crap you pulled with the Donald Trump stuff. And again, you black celebrities, you black famous people refuse to realize you're being used as bait. You are being paid off to say the things about our fellow black celebrities and athletes and the like that they are afraid to say, that they're afraid to be branded a racist and all of these things. So they wait for those of you that are willing to take the heat, right? Those of you who are willing to, take the backlash as long as the chat clears and says something inflammatory to try to slander and ruin somebody's reputation off of one mistake, right? And now, here comes Rob Schneider, out of the bushes, you guys, a former SNL alum, Chris Rock's friend, is now all of a sudden, I don't even know what he's got going on right now. All of a sudden, he appears now on a podcast in which this lady is talking about, one of the co-hosts, I guess, how she met Will Smith, how he was really nice to her, and she didn't have any issues with him. And he's flat out telling her, oh, that's a fake image. He's a liar, he's a fraud, and blah, 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 blah. And my thing is this. Is your issue with the slap, or is your issue that Will Smith was able to recover and have a #1 movie in the world? Right? Oh, you guys thought the 10-year ban of the Oscars was going to mean that Will Smith was never going to work in Hollywood again? And then you have the audacity to say that the committee was too scared to do any harsh punishment against Will Smith, and that if it was you, that you would be arrested? Are you kidding me? No, the only instance Will Smith would have been arrested is if Chris Rock wanted to press charges. And he was asked if he wanted to press charges, and he said no. So there was a very real possibility that Will Smith would have been arrested. So please put out that false narrative that was never going to happen. No. That was the first thing they were thinking of doing, right? So again, I am tired, you guys. And all this is going to do is galvanize people to see the movie more. And see the movie again, for those of us who've already seen it, because I already told you guys I'm seeing the movie again. And nonetheless, but I'm over it. You guys have had 2 years if you were so upset about this Oscar slap, you guys. You guys even had a window when Chris Rock, spent like 5 minutes talking about the slap in his Selective Outrage Netflix special. But you guys were doing the mute challenge. You guys didn't care. You guys were temporarily upset when it happened, and then you let go, right? And then they shelved the Emancipation movie and didn't put it in mass theaters as originally planned because they were scared nobody was going to see it. But the other piece of that is a lot of people didn't want to see it because they didn't want to see another slavery movie, right? But nonetheless, you guys didn't have this outrage and all these things, cancel, boycott Will Smith when Emancipation came out. And now all of a sudden, Bad Boys 4 is getting rave reviews. It is dominating the charts. It's dominating the box office. It is the #1 movie in the world. You are pissed at all of the positive reviews Will Smith's getting. Will Smith is showing up with zero security, zero anybody into these movie theaters across California, watching the movie with the fans, seeing what the fans, say, and then surprising them at the end. So how is all of this a fake persona? Because Will Smith would have to try very hard for 30 plus years to pretend to be a nice guy, you guys. At some point, your mask would have to slip, right? The situation with the slap, and this is the other issue that I have, you guys, and this is what I mean when I say, you guys do not give a crap about black women, right? The whole purpose of this slap was Will Smith was sick of Chris Rock talking crap about his wife. And he's been throwing jokes about Jada for years because allegedly he tried to holler at her. He tried to get with her and she turned him down. So it's been jokes on jokes and jokes ever since, right? And nonetheless, Will Smith had a breaking point. He was sick of the BS. And he took one look at his wife because, once again, he's making fun of her. He's making a joke, making fun of her being bald. And Will Smith lost it, right?
and said, keep his wife's name out your mouth. And he's like, oh, it was a joke. You would never say that about a white actress or a white celebrity, so why Jada? And you could forget all the times that Chris Rock has referred to Jada as all types of bees and all types of things, right? All that goes out the window. You guys act like this slap came out of nowhere. That Will Smith just all of a sudden, he was just completely enraged and just did this out of nowhere. That there was no history of Chris Rock talking reckless about his wife. And Chris Rock making jokes about Will Smith's career, right? Once they had started that Oscars ban for the concussion movie and all those things, right? You act like this just came out of nowhere, but my issue, Stephen A. Smith, because I'm blaming you. This was the dog whistle that these white celebrities now want to come out and all of a sudden, I have a Will Smith story. Oh, Will Smith, you know, the slap, we can't get over that. We've got to hold him accountable. And Stephen A., you wanting an explanation, Will Smith to give an explanation to the black community as to why he slapped Chris Rock when we know the reason why. And this was what I was saying was going to happen. You open the floodgates because you did this last time when you said black people identify with Trump because they have criminal past just like Trump does. And they identify with being indicted and being in trouble with the law. That came out of your mouth. So then as a result, the Fox Media and others, they expounded on that and made that their headline story. So now all of a sudden you put out the dog whistle, you put out the talking points. Oh, I don't know if I can ever support a Will Smith movie again, even though you saw Emancipation. But I don't know if I can ever support a Will Smith movie again because, you know, I'm still upset about the slap. I don't know if I'll ever get over the slap. Chris Rock's my personal friend, blah, 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 blah. And then the movie does well, and then all of a sudden you're backtracking because all of your black celebrity friends are texting you and calling you and cussing you out and telling you to stop it. To give somebody grace, but apparently grace is not available for anybody who is black, you guys. Apparently, Will Smith is going to be nailed to the cross for this stupid slap for the rest of his career. When there has been zero indication of any other incident of Will Smith being out of pocket, being unprofessional, being a liar, being a fraud, being nasty, being all of these things. All because, oh my gosh, Chris Rock. Well, if Chris Rock is so upset, why isn't Chris Rock saying anything, you guys? If Chris Rock, if you're so upset on behalf of Chris Rock and Chris Rock himself is not even coming out, what does that say about you? All this is saying is this is nothing more than a smear campaign, and I am not having it, you guys. I'm not having it. Not on my watch. Will Smith's not getting canceled. Listen, did I think the slap was necessary? No. But do I know why Will Smith slapped Chris Rock? Yes, because I know the history. So again, you can't police or control how somebody is going to respond to somebody. At some point, if somebody for years and years and years is talking smack about you, and then literally they're in your face talking smack about you and your spouse, and you have all those years built up of like, WTF, when are you going to stop? Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Make it stop, right? But you can't do that, right? If somebody's been going at you and at you and at you, you can't police how they're going to react. Because everyone's going to react differently. And who cares if it was the Oscars or anywhere else, you guys? Make it make sense. But to try to malign now Will Smith's reputation and trying to get the black community to cancel Will Smith when the black community is one of the top demographics that are tuning in for Bad Boys 4 Ride or Die, including myself that saw this movie and is going to see it again because people have lost their minds. Stop it! What has Will Smith done to you personally? He didn't slap us. He slapped Chris Rock. He didn't slap you, Stephen A. Smith. He didn't slap you, Rob Schneider. He slapped Chris Rock. And oh, by the way, it was a couple of years ago. This didn't happen yesterday or last week or whatever. You had over 2 years to discuss the slap. You guys all moved on. Once the announcement came that Will Smith was banned for the Oscars for 10 years, you guys all moved on and didn't talk about it after that. Didn't care, right? So please miss me with this fake outrage all of a sudden. And all of a sudden now these white celebrities that are friends of Chris Rock, the same white celebrity friends, the same white comedian sans Jerry Seinfeld that have no problem saying the N-word in front of Chris Rock because he allows it. right? That's your personal friend, Stephen A., but you're also personal friends with Sean Hannity, right? So I guess it's even, right? Make it make sense. But this is what was going to happen. They use these black celebrities, they use these black public figures who were willing to, take a check and sell their souls and say something reckless about the black community or one of, the beloved black celebrities, throw them under the bus, trash them, malign their name. And then they're like, oh, since Stephen A. said it, we can now say how we really feel about, Will Smith. Although you didn't have this energy for the past couple of years. So if you were that pissed off at Will Smith, if Will Smith was such a big fraud, if you were so pissed off at the Oscars punishment and all these things, why didn't you say anything when it happened? But don't come out now that he has a successful film, because you were expecting Bad Boys 4 to flop, and now want to get on your soapbox and now be like, oh, Will Smith, he's a liar, he's a fraud, he's this, and this. No. Nobody can keep up that facade for nearly 40 years, you guys. They cannot keep up a facade like that for nearly 40 years if Will Smith is as horrible as you're claiming, Rob Schneider. Just say that you were best friends with Chris Rock and keep it moving. Just say that you want more work from Adam Sandler and keep it moving. Like seriously, what was your last hit? What was your last movie? Right? Deuce Bigelow, Mel Gigolo, what was your last hit? Let's not do this, right? But I'm tired of these people who want to come out of the bushes now all of a sudden. Now that somebody black says something negative about Will Smith, oh, now the floodgates are open. Now we can say how we really feel. Oh, please. If you really felt that strongly, you would have said something after the Oscars clap, but you didn't. Because you were waiting it out to see what was going to happen to Will Smith's career. You were waiting it out to see what was going to happen with this Oscars ban, right? And you guys were for sure doing the mute challenge when Emancipation came out. I didn't hear any energy or any of these things about how horrible Will Smith is when Emancipation came out, right? But now all of a sudden, the number one movie, the movie's, box office numbers exceeded expectations. They've already made back the cost of the movie and more. And now all of a sudden you have all this smoke. No. Not on my watch, you guys. Not on my watch. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.